God does not speak simply. As he reveals, he conceals.
What have you heard? How can we end the plague?
The murder of King Laius, your predecessor, must be atoned for. The murderer must be banished. King Laius must be avenged. Not until then shall we see the sun clear and the air pure and the plague finished.
Who was the king's murderer? His throne is my throne and his queen my queen. It is for me to ask who murdered King Laius. Whom does God name? He will pay the penalty.
What I went through there at the altar just changed me. I did not know what terror was. I feel it now as I speak. You know the shrine, you know the rites. I did everything prescribed, prepared myself, purified and humbled my thoughts, stepped into the shrine reverently, my hands raised in supplication to God. As I did so, the air seemed to rumble and shake. It was as if an angel had descended to earth. I could see avalanches of snow muttering, mountains stirring. There was a silence. She began to undo her hair and toss it loose. Suddenly she was writhing from head to foot, lashing her hair this way and that. It was God twisting inside her. I heard her voice. I heard him speak.
Fortune shall come again to Italy's soil, only when that runaway regicide no longer pollutes the waters of the Tiber. Murderer, you crept back into your mother's womb.
It is a warning from God. The dead king's remains, they were neglected. The succession was left open, the throne empty, the scepter unclaimed for any usurper. I'm going to do now what you failed to do then. Kings must protect kingship. This man, if he dies, he's forgotten. Let no walls hold peace now for the man whose hands killed King Laius. For that man, forgiveness no longer exists.
Night is finished, but day is reluctant. The sun pulls itself up out of that filthy cloud, stares down at our sick earth, but brings a gloom not light. Beneath it are streets, homes, temples, gutted with the plague. The new heaps of dead spewed up everywhere.
Today I saw a pure white bull slaughtered, an unyoked heifer too, sacrificed to find an answer to the plague. The animals were offered. The heifer surged with her full weight against the blade. A single stab and she was down. Not the bull. The bull lurched about. The sword went in twice up to its full depth, but still he staggered, trying to get away. Finally he went still, heaving and shuddering a little, till finally he went still. Then something went wrong. No membrane to contain the entrails. The intestines quaked as though they had separate life. Much was missing, much of the intestines. The heart was shriveled, withered up, diseased, black, buried down far from its natural position. Everything was reversed. The lungs were squeezed far over to the right, gorged with the blood. The liver was rotten, oozing black, bitter gall. Every position was wrong. Deep down inside the heifer was a fetus, an unborn calf. The heifer was never mated, but there was a calf. The calf kicked inside its womb, jerking for life, groaning inside the bag. Blood was everywhere. The bull got up. The heifer too. The disemboweled carcass got up onto its legs, lunged at the priest, hooked them with its horns and trails, dragging after them. There is something evil, monstrous, here in
say you are God's prophet. Blind as you are, you can feel all the more. What sickness haunts our city? Tell us, for the sake of your country, who is the murderer of King Laius?
For the name Oedipus, we need strange methods. For the name, we need the dead king himself. Laius, dead beneath the earth, must be brought back to name the murderer himself. Oedipus, who performs this task? It cannot be yourself. A king's eyes are for this world only, and must be kept well clear of the fouling shadows of hell.
Creon, brother-in-law, second in line to the throne. This is for you.
Come forward. Now, bring death up from its hole. Let it live. Open the gates. Let it live. Open its mouth. Let it cry and come death to our world.
In your face, Creon, I see only horror. Whose life do the gods demand from us? This whole city is waiting to hear you.
You want me to speak. Fear forbids me to speak.
Ignorance cures nothing. This whole nation is sick. Speak, you can cure it.
The cure can be so drastic, men prefer the sickness.
Tell us what you see, or you shall find no mercy within these walls.
A king cannot grant a man less than his silence.
Silence in a kingdom can be deadlier than speech.
If silence is forbidden, freedom is finished.
Power to command finished. The throne finished. The country finished. Speak.
I will. But prepare yourself.